Hi, this is Ali Iftikhar. Welcome to my channel. We're talking about immigration here. This is Immigration 101, where we talk about things that a beginner like yourself would understand. We're not going to discuss the terms that experts use because I'm not a consultant. Never I'm going to be a consultant. So I'm only going to simplify the procedure. And if you're following this channel, then you would know that we have already uploaded a series of videos involving all the micro steps of the immigration procedure. So this is the first step of the immigration, where you send your documents to the host country so that if they can evaluate your degrees according to their standards. This procedure is called ECA, Educational Credential Assessment. How do we go about it? There are many agencies who evaluate your degrees according to their standards. These agencies are known as VES, CES, ICAS, ICES, and there are some other agencies as well. In the previous video, we discussed the comparison between VES and CES. VES is World Education Service, CES is Comparative Education Service. If you have chosen CES already, then this is the video where you will come to know about all the baby steps at beginner level. If you're still unsure that what is ECA, then check the I button over here where you can find about what is ECA, what is VES, what is CES, what is the comparison between these two, and which one is more important. In this video, we will only be talking about Comparative Education Service, the step-by-step procedure. So you watch the complete video while I go and check on my kids because I can hear them crying. If you have any questions, write them in the comment section below. I will come back and I will try to answer each and every question. So assuming you've already watched my previous video on ECA, that what is ECA, and you have chosen CES for sending your documents. So when you go to the CES website, it will look like this. There are 6 simple steps mentioned over here. If you follow these steps, then there will be no difficulty whatsoever for you to do it yourself. You do not really need to hire a consultant for that. Really, it's not worth it. Now let's go over to step number 1. So the first step is choosing the application type. If you're following the Express Entry program, then you will choose this button. Now let's talk about step 2. Step 2 is documentation. When you go to step 2, this is how the page will look like. You need to send your identification documents, that is your CNIC or passport. But I would recommend sending your passport because your CNIC, your national identity card, will have the address written in Urdu. So for that you will need to get it translated. As we are trying to simplify the process, so we will not be going to translate our CNIC. We will be simply uploading our passport's scanned copy containing all the information pages. We do not need to scan the blank pages, only the information pages. We will upload that. So after identification documents, we will be needing our educational documents. If you're from Pakistan, you will be needing your documents to be attested by Higher Education Commission, HEC. You will get your documents attested from HEC, and I've already made a complete video on that process, which is also in the I button. If you follow that procedure, then you will come to know how to go about it. When you have those documents attested by HEC, sealed by HEC, and now you have those documents in your hand, so you can send those documents to Comparative Education Service, University of Toronto. But if you're from India or let's say any other country, then you will need to use the country-specific document tool. If you will look it up, this is how it will appear. So if you have an Indian degree, then you will need to ask your university to send that degree to CES because you cannot do it yourself. In Pakistan, you can get it attested from HEC and you can courier it yourself. But if you're from India, then you cannot courier it yourself. You will need to ask your university to courier them on your behalf. Other than the HEC documents, that is your master's degree or your graduation degree, you have your secondary school documents and you have your post-secondary school documents, that is intermediate in Pakistan. You do not really need to send those documents to CES for evaluation purpose if you have a graduation or a master's degree, because they ask for the highest degree and they charge $210 for every degree that you send for the evaluation purpose. But why spend that much money when you do not even need it? We're here to simplify the process for you so that you don't have to worry about it. So only keep in hand the highest degrees, that is your graduation and your master's degrees. Step 3. Apply online. This is where you create a profile on their portal. Creating that profile is much similar like creating a profile for HEC. Almost the same things where you have to upload your documents. So if you're wondering how that page would look like where you go for the online portal, this is how it will look like. Just keep in mind that creating an ID online is very easy. Also, I would recommend downloading their document checklist. So this is a checklist that actually tells you whether your documents are complete or not. So you need to verify that you have all the documents in your hand. And then comes the process of their fee. Their fee is $210 for one credential. If you're sending 2 degrees, then you will need to pay $420 for 2 degrees, plus the taxes, plus the courier charges. So even without paying that fee, you can complete your profile. I mean, not really complete it, but you can save your profile and you will get the student number and you can wait for the payment to be made later on. So once you have created the profile on their portal, assuming you already have HEC attested documents in a sealed envelope in your hand, now the step 4 is to send your documents to University of Toronto. And again, if you're from India, then you cannot directly send your documents to University of Toronto. You will have to ask your respective universities to send those documents in their official courier. If you're from Pakistan, you can ask HEC to directly send those documents to University of Toronto. But if HEC gives those documents into your own hands, then you can courier them yourself as well. There is no such problem. Alright, so now let's move to step 5. It will look like this if you visit their page. Step 5 is wait. You need to be patient because it takes about 15 weeks for CES to complete the procedure. And 15 weeks could be a long time, so you need to be patient. So now let's move on to step number 6. The page will look like this if you visit their website. Step number 6 is receive assessment. That will be the golden day in your ECA journey when you will be receiving your assessment in your hands. And I hope you get a master's equivalency. So that was all about the procedure regarding CES. So if you have any questions right now, you can ask those questions in the comment section below. And when you will be going through the procedure physically and you develop any further questions, you are welcome to come back to this video and ask the questions in the comment section. I hope this video was any of help. Thank you very much for listening. Stay tuned for further videos. This is Ali Iftikhar and I'm signing off.